land management, and city-wide, geographically wide, the location is important. I would like to thank the university, Abu Dhabi University, and all of the team, and Dr. Hamad, Khaloud, and all of you, to allow us to sit here together, to exchange, to transfer knowledge, to build up teams together, to work up to a real results impact, to carry on in our mission in line of our government vision. So I'm really pleased to be with you. It's not a lecture, it's not a presentation. It is a dialogue, it is a kick-off for forming teams, for objectives, for result-oriented, for really making impact. And that's why we are here. That's why we were being created. We were not being created randomly. We have a purpose, we have an objective. Our main ultimate goal is to add value to all of the humanity. So inshallah, we'll enjoy the sessions. This is not the only sessions, as Dr. Hamad. Okay, so we just will resume our discussion. Please download the application. There are two applications that today we will use as a practical examples of the location-based solutions. One of them is INNAV, INNAV, available in App Store and Google Play. And the second one is the same developer page, which is Smart 5D. One word, Smart 5D. Okay, so just resuming what our discussion, saying our government is moving, UAE government is moving to be diversing the economy from different sources other than the oil. And His Highness is saying that we will dispatch the last barrel of oil by 2050. So one component of the economy is the knowledge-based economy, the innovation-based economy. And you are the driver for this, because you have the capability, you will get the knowledge. Already you have the knowledge. And I'm sure all of you are innovators. Could you please raise a hand? You say, hey, we are innovators. Everyone, please. Yalla. We are innovators. Yes, innovators. And now we would like to have this innovation to be translated to an added value to humanity. Allah. All right? So this is our... this is why we innovate. You see, did you read this one? Please read it carefully. His Highness Sheikh Mohammed bin Rashid, he said, in his commandments, he highlighted in the sixth one that the new economy is based on innovation. Innovation can make the impact, and it is one of the most important competitive factors in all of the aspects. Individuals, families, companies, universities, countries. It's clear, huh? The biggest, if you see Apple, Microsoft, Amazon, Facebook, Alibaba, they are among the biggest, best performing firms in the world. And if you look here, the factor is, it is based on innovation, and there's another factor, it is a digital product. Platforms, web-based, mobile-based solutions, so the digital product, services, has huge impact. Because maybe 70% or 80% of the internet transaction now is in mobile. This is our main discussion today. Outdoor. Every day we use the outdoor services, such as GPS. What application we use every day? Google Maps. It became like a must. Before I drive from home, I need to check the traffic, and I want to sometimes know my destination. So, and it is, we have no problem because the components are there, because we have the GPS. How many of you or of us had a trouble find his way inside big venues like shopping mall? Anyone? Did it happen for anyone parking his car and then you?
Yeah.
All of us. صح? Hospitals, big venues are 6 men or 7. Universities like this. We have exhibitions like GITEX. We have museums. صح? And we have also airports where thousands of people get inside and they want to find their ways. Very short time, and then we need to receive messaging. So what is the solution for indoor? What is the GPS alternative? So the technology now is evolving. So sometimes they use the geomagnetic. I'll show you. So most likely, usually they use hardware. GPS works outside. If your mobile phone sees 3 GPS, but this one is beacon transmitter, Bluetooth. So we need the same principle. We need 3 in this room, where our mobile phone with the Bluetooth receives the signal, calculate the time of arrival. Then the mobile phone uses this sensor of Bluetooth, calculate, then triangulate the location. Wi-Fi. Some of the venues trying to use the same access point that you have, and your mobile phone sensor receives the Wi-Fi, the signal, and then triangulate. And we will discuss the different technologies and pros and cons.
So
how many? Yes.
3 times, 3 things every time. 3 sensors or 3.
You always for triangulation you need 3. If your mobile phone works as they call it calculating time of arrival. And sometimes we put this beacon in an asset, or in the child, or in the passenger. This sends the signal to 3 locators. It is the other side. Okay, especially in asset tracking. They call it that locators. They calculate the time of departure. But the time of departure to this locator is different than the time of departure of the other, and the angle. And this is the way they geolocate. Then also the geomagnetic, I'll explain it to it. There is a video explaining the geomagnetic. Zero infrastructure, an amazing, innovative technology. But you know what is the most important, promising, universal indoor GPS? How many of you had the chance to go to GITEX last week? If you see the most focus now in the recent exhibitions, so like GITEX or Mobile World Congress in Barcelona, the trend is 5G. 5G is becoming the promised to be the universal indoor GPS. So for this, it is not only enough to have the beacons here, but you have to have a company or a technology that provide the indoor positioning service, like Indoor Atlas for the geomagnetic, Indoor RS for the beacons. In our solution, we use those both, the geomagnetic and Indoor Atlas. And then they provide the software toolkit, the SDK. So you develop your application, then you use their SDK. So you add the location component in your mobile app using one of these SDK, and you have to pay for it. It is a service. And then you have to invest in, for example, Dubai Mall and has beacon-based Bluetooth indoor wayfinding and indoor location. What is the other component? We need the maps. Okay, now who are the biggest providers of the map? There are many, but those are the 2. Apple, Google, and also here. If you see this here, it has used to have Navtex. This is the maps inside the car, the navigation systems. What we do indoor? We need the same, huh? Like this one. Outside we have road center line. We have navigable route. What we should make here? They call it corridor center line. Okay, so we need the floor plan. We need the outside. We have houses, we have lands, we have road. Inside we have like this class. Then we have corridor, we have doors, we have exits. So what is the alternative for this one? Again, indoor. Now there is a competition. Apple is providing, Google Maps is providing, here is providing, but there are many other companies like what we did in our product, which is indoor navigation system that I will explain to you. We create the mapping module inside. Instead of paying this, you see, this is mapped in a company that provides a service. ArcGIS now, they just focusing into providing, Esri ArcMap, which is the GIS software. They are now focusing into providing the indoor location capability through ArcGIS Indoors. But this one is this is an application that we developed from our startup, provides the mapping functionality embedded through the application. And what is unique for this? It is innovated and designed in UAE. Like your idea can be transferred into UAE made product. Let us give a hand. Okay? Yeah, I say yes, we can compete. Why not? What is wrong? We have the idea. We have the capability. We are lucky here. We have been leaders who are inspiring us every day, and they are supporting. So this is the beginning. And we invite you to join our effort, be in the mission, where we will use our innovative UAE-made product, use it here, then export it outdoor, globally. Yes? Agree? Deal? Inshallah, we'll do it. Inshallah. Okay? See, why indoor is important? 90%, around 90% of our time is indoor. Most of the businesses, most of the activities, outdoor or indoor? Where GITEX happen? Where are the thousands of people moving around? How much percentage of the coming expo, inshallah, it will be successful 1 year from today? We are 25 million expected visitors. The majority are indoor. Still, you need outdoor to indoor connection. What is the biggest challenge for indoor? You see, safety, emergency. Okay? And this is extremely important, and we will discuss this. This sensor, mid of the night, inshallah, God forbid, it will not happen, but if such a case, and we will discuss in detail, we need to be optimized, and to make the response time optimized. Because few seconds of responding to such a service is very costly. This slide has been taken from a webinar from ArcGIS Indoors, and I picked up this where you can see there are different positioning technologies, and there is an effort and accuracy. You see the GSM can give triangulation even indoor or outdoor to 1 kilometer. Then you have the GPS outside is fine, can give you up to plus minus 10 meters. Indoor, if you get closer to the window, you can get the GPS signal, but you cannot have that accuracy better than 100 meters, especially if you get inside. Then you have the Wi-Fi using your hotspot. You might end up to 10 meters plus minus. You get the geomagnetic and the iBeacons. They are in the range of 3 to 5 meters. So it depends on your requirement. As a wayfinding to reach to your car in the garage, 10 meters is more than enough. To buy a product in a shop, in a mall, or to go to the clinic, in a hospital, or to find your gate in the airport, that's okay. But if you want to go on an aisle inside the mall or in the library, between the shelves, and you want to pick up this book, you need furthermore accuracy, positional accuracy. It depends on your use case. If you want to run a robot from there and coming here and get here inside and do some functions, it depends. If you have a visually impaired people, VIP, the visual, can everyone please close his eyes? Just for a few seconds. Did you remember a certain group, people of inspiration? They are really great people. And the location services can also be, and I would like to invite you to, some of you as a team, to look at how we can provide such a service, like, you know, they call it voice map. Hi, Google. Hi, how can I help you? Where am I? You are here. How can I get to? So you get the voice. But in this case, the accuracy for the safety to get in between, you see, it is case by case. And you see the 5G is here, 5th generation now coming. Because the 5G has high bandwidth, has very short latency, it is very fast, but it has high penetration. And that's the factor of, this is the geomagnetic.
In our lives when we know what we're looking for and where we want to go, but just don't know how to get there. The compass is one of the greatest and most reliable navigation tools of all time and has been used by great explorers throughout the centuries. We decided to bring this trusted tool into the 21st century as an indoor positioning solution that's based on the anomalies found in magnetic fields, that universal, fundamental force of nature. Modern buildings all have a unique magnetic landscape, produced by the natural geomagnetic fields that interact with their steel structures. By using your phone's built-in digital compass, our patented solution can use this magnetic landscape as a map for pinpointing locations indoors. Our cloud-based, software-only solution makes indoor positioning ubiquitous and available for everyone, opening a range of possibilities for app developers around the world. They can build location-based applications for a variety of uses, such as social navigation, search, safety, gaming, and advertising. Indoor Atlas's game-changing indoor positioning service is now available for a range of iOS and Android devices and open to developers worldwide. Free your imagination and build your greatest location-based app today. Try it for free. Sign up at indooratlas.com.
So this technology is one of the options to be used. The way it works is every single square meter has a unique geomagnetic signature because of the structure of the building. Outside it is equal. So that's why this cloud-based engine, utilizing our mobile phone and the gyrox and the compass, and with the SDK, it triangulates and sends to the server the location. Then we link to the server and we get the real-time blue dot. And if you see here, there are a quick comparison between the hardware-based. There are two types. The one that you saw, the geomagnetic and sometimes the inertia-based, has no hardware to be installed. But those are the hardware. You have the Wi-Fi, you have the Bluetooth, you have the ultra-wideband solution, high accuracy, but it has to have a dedicated hardware that where this mobile phone is not supporting. This mobile phone has around 18 sensors inside. It's really smart. So now how can we become smart to use that smart functionality in the mobile phone and to derive solutions? And the RFID, passive, and then you send the signal, you energize it, get back the reading. And this is quick comparison between the available hardware solution, and there is a reference where it's been taken from the internet, and you can go in details. But as you see here, it depends on which one is better. It depends on your use case. So every case has certain requirements. You need the accuracy, you need the range. Is it sustainable, cost? Are you going to use it for people moving around, or you want to track assets? Or are you going to power, the battery lifetime? As you see, the triangulation, like the GPS outside, the mobile phone needs to see at least 3 or 4. The same thing here. You need the beacons if it's a big, it depends on the range. So at least you need to have 3. And this is the example of the mobile phone measures the time of arrival and do the triangulation. The same principle for the Wi-Fi. Wi-Fi is good because already installed. So you already have an infrastructure, but maybe you need to, for example, here we don't have an access point. Maybe if you have one, we need at least 3. Or we can, that's why the accuracy is not that much. This is really promising. I strongly recommend, Dr. Hamad, that we focus into the 5G and what our opportunities are coming with this promising technology. As you see here, is it going to be 220? Possibly, who knows? But it is coming. So as you see here, it has more than the 4G where you have, the usage was internet access, streaming videos, but this will have more other further functionality because of the penetration, because of the density. It will be in the smart homes here. If you see this one, so this is what we are talking about. The more location-based solutions, the Internet of Things, cloud-based solutions. It's not only Internet of Things, but it is Internet of everything. Watch out, when you Geocode the thing that's connected to the cloud and becomes a navigable destination, it gives you a wide range of possible opportunities that you can develop a use case solutions. This presentation will stay with you, and furthermore information are in the links in every slide. Look at this one.
5G has to even function a very high position requirement, because the beam steering in 5G needs to be so precise. You just need to know where every 5G modem is in a sub-meter kind of range. That information will be very useful to add in to all the other information. Will it replace GNSS or inertial? I don't think so. But today, often in environments like, say, shopping malls and stuff, we use Wi-Fi beacons and Bluetooth beacons and all these other things for indoor positioning. I think they could easily be replaced with 5G, because 5G will kind of be a ubiquitous, worldwide kind of available system, and so it will become another component in this tightly integrated positioning filter. That position as well will come with some intelligent information and not just the position. 5G becoming available, it becomes an easy standard that everybody can rely on, and all those R&D dollars that currently go into communication can go into artificial intelligence or better mapping or better systems for crowdsourcing of street information, pothole information, for example. So it frees up R&D money. So I think 5G is extremely important for the autonomous world. On the positioning side, it will be another factor that will really help, but it will not replace a GNSS or inertial solution, because it is in most circumstances still sub-meter, but not centimeter or decimeter accuracy. It will be in ideal cases, absolutely, but in general, in their system design, what they need is the sub-meter for the beamforming, and that's what's driving the 5G position.
So the message that can be taken from this wonderful video is that 5G is not going to replace the outdoor positioning services from the GPS, because the GPS is globally covering everything. But what did he say? He said most likely the 5G will be replacing the indoor positioning technology, because this will have a lot of cost, infrastructure limitations, but the 5G is the promising infrastructure to be the universal indoor GPS. When we talk about the second component, what we talking about the positioning, the GPS, similar to now. When we talk about the maps, the second component, there are 3 components: the positioning, the GPS, indoor and outdoor, the mapping with the navigable route, second component. The third component is the applications. So the applications are use case applications. Is it like, for example, Uber? Is it like, navigation like Google Maps? What is indoor? Is it indoor for hospitals or for shopping malls or for airports or for asset tracking? So as you see here, there are 2 types of mapping services. Either you can consume from outside, from service providers. They provide you access to their portals, there are web services, there are SDK, and you use their tools to create your maps, floor maps, and it gets stored in their in-premises or outsources, and then you use it in your mobile app using the SDK and the software. There are some examples, there are many. And here, the other one is you can both use both, or you can build the creation, the mapping module in your solution. The control panel, especially, and the web browser based that the venue owner can create. And I will show you an example. And those are examples. We are here, and we are proud. This is proudly innovated and designed in UAE and promising to be internationally competitive. And please join us on this mission, right? So INNAV is a UAE-made product. We are really proud of it, and this is, and we'll talk about it, inshallah, in details. You see, as you see here, there are always advantages and disadvantages, but you select the option that fits with your requirement and your. This is extremely important. The map is not only the polygons that define this class, but what about the outside? We have the buildings, but we have the navigable navigation from Google Maps that tell us, go this direction, don't go this wrong direction of the road. Then okay, after 10 meters, turn right, turn left. So you need a navigable network. I'll give you a good news. You know that UAE is among the best countries in the world that are ready for the mapping, especially indoor. I'll tell you why. Look at, for example, here. Look at this example. We have this building. Have you seen this address number sign? Which is in every single entrance now, almost in the country. In Dubai is called Makani, in Abu Dhabi is called Unwani. Do you know what is the position and accuracy of these surveyed signs? Sub-meter. Okay, what is the position and accuracy of the GPS in our mobile? 10 meters, plus 10 meters. Do we need the sub-meter accuracy? Yes. Why? In many cases, there are entrances, and they might have less than 10 meters. So if we just geocode the entrance by 10 meters, we'll mix. But with this, surveyed anchor point, this will link the outdoor network with the indoor network. Again, the indoor network is the corridor center line. You see, from this door, coming here, going here. You draw your indoor network. You might need to have a robot coming here, do a function, and come back. Okay? You want to maybe reach to detect a sensor, for example, fire sensor. So that's why you see this is extremely important. What about the indoor network? What about the indoor maps? UAE has made a wonderful, and you see here Abu Dhabi municipality, for example, with very innovative approach, they managed to get the citywide, almost citywide indoor mapping of the building through the process, through the construction permit. Since 2012, they issued a policy. No building construction permit will be given or completion certificate unless the consultant and the contractor provide the data based on the preset standards and template. Innovative, wonderful integrated framework that has legal, administrative, and info. What they are doing now, they are enjoying a huge amount of data of the city, 30% not yet being built. So they can capture every single change in the city once born. Yes, it is the best practice in the world. Okay, it is really the benchmark. And you can see as an example here of screenshot of what they are getting. If you see here, they get the building hierarchy of the building floors, building. Let's just run the video again. Yeah, you can see you have the building, you have the floor, you have the unit, uniquely identified and the sub-addressing is coming. You have the doors, you get the windows, so you have the network. With outdoor network, as you can see here, connected with the anchor point, the address number, you have a complete network. This is a wonderful opportunity to optimize one of the most component of the indoor, of the location-based solution, outdoor to indoor, because you need a connected network. What is the architecture always to develop the solution? You have the positioning service beacon-based from a supplier like Indoor Atlas, Indoor RS, and there are many. You have your own application in the server, then you have your app with the SDK. The app connected to your server and connected to the positioning. And then you have the control panel. If you have the mapping module, like what we did in InNav, we don't need an external map service provider. But if you take the strategy to rely on an external map service provider, it will be like another consumed service through SDK and API. Why we need the location-based solution? There are many use cases. Look at this one. It's very important is what we do, but why we do. How we do it, there are many ways, but it's always, what is the impact? What is the added value? Are we removing pain, adding gain? What is the value? Why we do it? So if you look at these use cases, there are many. And everyone, I think, of us already has an experience going to the hospital. Mariam has an appointment in the clinic. So where she can come and find the entrance and park her car near the nearest entrance. When she just received to the door, to the main gate with this beacon, by the way, beacon can work for positioning. And another wonder function is proximity, detection, presence. If we have this beacon here, the beacon is sending unique code. Our mobile phone receives the code, sent to the server knows we are here. So if we mass broadcast a message, no one will receive it except the people who are inside. And then you can have museums. I want to go to this item. Hospitals, shopping malls, and then you have offices, meetings, and then the most important thing is the safety. How we detect and prevent fire with the mobile phone. Let's take an example of this extremely important scenario. If a sensor mid of the night detected a fire or sensor or smoke, if we have the internal maps of the venues, the command center will receive the signal, and then we can easily get to the door outside, but to get inside, we will need the navigable network that will. Look, this is an example of a case study.
But again, the quality of the data was really good, making it very easy to create these. But it made it also very easy to create interior networks. That's what we see here. Now, if we hook up the interior networks with the street networks, we'll have a multimodal network, right? And then we can run a number of very interesting analyses. Let's have a look, for example, at pre-incident planning at fire response time. Let's say there's going to be a fire in this specific unit here, and I want to know the quickest route and time from the nearest fire station to this particular unit. Well, I can run a network analysis. And keep in mind this is multimodal, so we're taking into account the street network and the network in the building itself. And in this case, we are restricting in the building just to use stairs and not elevators. That's typically what happens when you have a fire incident. And there we have our route. So that was calculated on the fly. And you can see the route coming from the fire station, following this street here, and then going into the building, just using the stairs up to the unit. And of course, you can click on the route and get the total time. And this includes total travel.
So this was a presentation in a conference in Abu Dhabi 4 years ago, 3 years ago, where a sample of data had been taken and where this use case was examined to help to optimize the response time. So what we did as a smart navigation system startup, we started 2013, but already we got recognized with an international award and locally, and we developed those 4 products that we will discuss. To give you an example, through the concept that we're talking about, the location-based solutions, and we are within the community locally and globally, and adding value, and we also participate in local events and exhibitions. Those are the products that we have developed from our family, UAE-based startup, responding back to the call of the government that we have everyone to participate into building up our innovation and knowledge-based economy. And those are, everyone has use case. We will just quickly go through some of those. Please download the applications, and mainly the Smart 5D and INNA, because the school bus will work with the schools, and this bill ringer is only still a prototype to be mass produced. Just if you did not download the application, read this QR code with your iPhone camera, and then you will be able to go to a destination and download.
Nav is the innovative mobile app powered by smart navigation systems that gives your customers the ability to locate places, products, and people inside your venue. Your customers can search by category to find exactly what they're looking for, or simply click Search to see a comprehensive list of facilities and products. The map feature allows individuals to see a detailed layout, voice-guided directions, and proximity push notifications, allowing you to attract more visitors and increase sales. Users will be able to quickly find their friends inside the venue or keep a close watch on the location of their children. You'll have full access to detailed analytics, giving you valuable insight into visitor behavior. Visit smartnavigation.ae today to get started.
So this solution is developed in very high quality design, innovated and designed UAE, is integrated with different options, and it is already now deployed in Abu Dhabi University campus without positioning. It's just for the location, for the routing and push notification functionality, and we will be more than happy and delighted to let you deploy the system here as a foundation, and then you can build up generated another use case solutions and get the know-how. As you see here, the map is created by the user as a 2D map, but the server renders the map and serves it in the mobile app as a 3D. If you apply positioning while we are supporting the beacon and geomagnetic, you will be able to get the voice guidance and the analytics and the distance measurement. As you see here, we integrate with 2 of the main and important commercially available positioning technologies. This is one unique function that we made, that the hierarchy is the building. This is you geocode the items inside the facility. Let us take an example. If this is a library and this is a shelf and there are books here, and you want to geocode these books, if a student wants to reach to this book, or maybe a person wants to buy this product from so what we do is we integrated the space inside the facility, and all of these drawing tools like AutoCAD being developed in the solution. The platform is huge, very rich. And it took around 20,000 hours of development, 56 iterations with a wonderful partner of developer in Ukraine, IT Craft, our partner, but it's based on our design. our ideas and our specification. And this is one of the methodologies and the approach that we will discuss, how you end up with very high quality, reliable product and a service, configurable for different type of venues. If you deploy the positioning, you will enjoy the analytics and the heat map, where the venue owner would like to know the behavior of the visitors. And you can also configure sending push notification. This is always saying the best thing is you send the right message to the right person at the right time, but about the right location. There are many use cases. Come here, we have the product that you want to buy. You get reached to the clinic. Your appointment is after. You see, it's all about not a service, but enhancing the user experience. How you make his, as you said, the innovation got to be simple. Simplicity, how you make it really effective. And there is another mobile app for your child. If you download InNow Child and another mobile app and put it in the pocket of your child, you'll be able to track your child. And how important our children to be looking at. So if you see, and you can see your friend, but with his permission. So this is the platform for managing the venue. As we see here, the mapping module is embedded. And if you see, there are huge functions here supporting already 4 languages. And it's already been tested and evaluated all over the world, as you see. Those are screenshots from the mobile app, My Child, promotion, and also where is my car? Who had a challenge of forget where did you park your car? It's a nightmare, yeah. And this is an extremely important function that can add value. So it's available in App Store, and this is a screenshots from the other product. Now we are moving to another product. Just I'm giving you a quick example. This product is meant to help the property owners, called Smart 5D. Hopefully you are able to download it. It allows property owners to present what they want to sell or rent to the buyer through the mobile app, where he can have a virtual visit. It also has many other use cases. It's the same platform. Layout of the floor is added to the platform through a certain standards. And you can see, as a user, as an experience of the user, the user will be able to use the app, look at the building or the villas before being, virtually can look, visit, understand, search by location. As you see here, for example, this is being rendered. Unity uses behind here as a 3D engine that models the 2D to 3D and serving through the web. And you can see here, you can not only have an experience to see the villa from outside, but where is it built, what corner of the land, and then you can see the interiors details, as you see here. And then you will be able to have an experience to come inside and have a virtual tour. So this will give you, as a buyer or want to rent, an advantage to see what you want to get with this experience of have a virtual reality. So you can, the building owner can change the color of the walls and floors and add furniture to give it more into higher, more perception level. So as you see, this is a full product being developed, and again, proudly innovated and designed in UAE. Let's give a hand. I'm sure you have more ideas than you can do better than we do. But the only thing, just trust yourself, get started, move and improve. And the matter of learning experience. This is what, as you see, it is AutoCAD. The consultants are working with CAD, with the standards that they submit to the construction purposes. This here is an innovation, not necessarily always in the technology. Innovation is how you get things done. The way, the process, the idea, the administrative tools, as you see here. At the end, you need to end up with adding value. Those are screenshots from the application that you saw.
Our school bus is the innovative mobile app that...
Let me tell you about this story. I'm a parent. I'm specialized in location, and we have big problem with the school bus. So sometimes, sometimes it comes, it doesn't come on time. Sometimes they escape. Hey, where is the driver? Tom and Jerry are. The driver doesn't know who's inside. If your child or your brother is absent. So being a parent and being expert in location, and responsible and in a mission to end up with a solution that starts from UAE to be used in UAE and all over. Yeah, so this is what we did. We have a family initiative with my son and my daughter, my son and daughter, and also with my wife as well. Yeah. So we are, together, building up a team with also partners, with the ecosystem in Abu Dhabi that we will talk about. And you see, this is the experience. This is the third product.
Our school bus is the innovative mobile app that connects parents and schools with bus drivers to ensure safe and timely school bus commutes for children. Our school bus sends you real-time notifications about the status of your child's school bus, so your child doesn't miss the bus or spend time waiting unnecessarily. In Map View, select the student that's waiting for their school bus. Once the bus is within the range you set, you'll receive a notification that the bus is approaching your home. You can track the current location of the bus as the driver finishes the route, and you'll receive a notification when the bus arrives safely at the school. Each bus driver will be notified on their mobile app if there are any absent students. School administrators are also aware of the location of each school bus, which students are aboard each bus, and are alerted if there are any delays. Our school bus is the best way to stay informed about the timeliness and safety of your child's school bus ride. Download our school bus today to get started.
Again, proudly innovated and designed in UAE. This is also screenshots, but the video, I think it's already explaining in details, but you can see that those are the functionality, idea, need, adding value to be translated into a product. What is the next after the product? Profit. How you sell, how you do a good, nice marketing campaign, get a good sales, get a nice partners and collaboration from the partners in the ecosystem. This is the way we go. As you can see here, even the school has a tool to optimize the catchment area of one innovative idea is how to detect the student inside the bus. You give the student a beacon. This beacon becomes unified in his bag. The school bus driver has a mobile app, presence detection, reads who's inside the bus, reporting to the hospital. Why we need this? In case of in case of accident or anything like this. So the school bus, the beacon with the student, with the mobile app, and the driver detects the student inside the bus for their safety. It's a question. I have an idea how I can end up with a profitable product, an added value, being used, utilized. Bill Gates in the garage started with an idea. Facebook, Airbnb, Uber. I would suggest that you go through this process. So always what you start with the idea. So the idea, what will you always try to select the idea that really has a user need. Either you remove a pain or add a gain. And also you got to be innovative. Got to be innovative in a way. Competitive, and then end up with, through the project, you will end up with a prototype, with the minimal viable product to test, to check, is this the user looking for? What is next? What you will do? How to get up to the product? In this case, you need funding. You need financial. Because the development, if it is a digital product like we have, you need a developer. I have to select the right developer. So it will have an investment. At the same time, this is the most challenging part. Developing the product, if you are an expert, you have the funding, you have the right partner, you will be easily developing the product and bringing the car in the garage. Okay, how to get it discovered, how you get promoted, how you convince the buyer to use it. That's another big, big challenge, but it is achievable. And then when you sell, get revenue, you break even your capital cost and operation cost, you start to get the income. In this case, you become an SME, starting as an entrepreneur, startup, then you become small and medium enterprise SME, and then you need to look after that, the user engagement, the operation, how to be sustainable, and then you deserve to be proud. And this is what I call it, the 4P formula. So my advice for you, don't stop only with your project submitting to the assignment to the teacher, which is good. You get the advantage of practicing what you have learned, but why not to just go for continue the mission? So remember the 4P project, the 4P formula? You deserve to be proud from here. But I think there is one important P. If you don't have the passion, if you don't believe that you will be successful, and if you don't believe in the purpose, why I do this, you will never be able to do it. Because the more challenge you face, the stronger you become, the more you learn. Okay? So my advice for you, I have read this book. It's a wonderful book. It's audible. While driving in the car, just listen. One of the best books. And I really thank Saeed al-Nofali. He's one of our entrepreneurs and he's an Shura' advisor. He gave me this advice. He's one of my teachers. And I read this book. It's wonderful. Really, if you want to be successful, really to have an impact, read this book. And not necessarily to read it, physically, but it is available in the audible. What are the advices that we can get? Select your product to have a real need, either pain or you're removing pain or adding gain. Second advice, always select the field that you are capable of. Small and medium enterprise, subject matter experts. You are in the field of civil engineering. You know the civil engineering. You have the theoretical background. I have 23 and a half years in location. So I will be good at the field that I know about. With the passion, with the happy, you enjoy what you are doing. If you do something that you understand, make use of the ecosystem. The funding agencies, the incubations, the ministries, the government structure. Start with the prototype. Try to find out investors or some of the people who can give you a grant, give you a loan. And it is challenging, but you have to make your case. Okay. Then you develop the product, and make sure you have the product in high quality. Always, quality is very important. To have to be performance. If it is a mobile app, no crash. As you see, you can see the apps. They are very built. No crash, no delay. If operating system of iOS and Android is being updated, which is getting updated so you need to have a plan to have somebody immediately bring up the app into the best possible session. So with this, I conclude my discussion, and we can open the floor for any further more comments or reflections or questions, and we can go back to the slides, if you wish. Yes. We have a question here.
How does this app I have a question. How does this app help, for example, if you have a total map of the mall and inside of this mall have a bank. So this map or this application will know what are the directions in the bank. So in this case will make for the seafarers much easy to seal the bank. So how can it save?
I think the question is, if we have a bank in a shopping mall, and how can the app help us to come from outdoor to indoor and find out to get to that bank?
No. I mean, for example, how can provide the safe for the bank if this application have the map or directions in this bank?
How can we ensure the safety when we have the indoor maps of many facilities like the bank? It is the venue owner. He has he's in charge of adding his floor plans and put the direction for the public where they want them to go to. Driving the people to the door of the bank is useful for the bank and useful for the visitor or the customer. And it is safe because the mall is public areas. Inside the bank, where are the details? There's an option for the bank. Maybe the bank will not make the internal details exposed to the public, but he, in his advantage and other advantage, he can give it to the authorized safety or his staff for a furthermore, for example, requirement. Okay? If you will say your name and your field of study.
My name is Muaz. I'm civil engineering student last year, inshallah. And my question is about the 5G. You said that it's gonna replace the beacon. So is that good enough the accuracy will be good enough to replace physical devices? As we know that 5G is more about connections more than physical device.
The question is the 5G is really the promising universal indoor GPS? You saw the video, and there are a lot of details and a lot of discussions, a lot of white papers on this. But it's clear here from this expert. He's saying that sooner, hopefully soon, most likely yes, the 5G will be the universal GPS signal. And there is one advantage. Sometimes when you have the beacon and you have the Wi-Fi and you have your beacon, you need three things. You need the mobile phone with the connection, 3G or 4G or 5G. You need the internet connection. And you will need also the app. But I think with the 5G, the advantage is already the SIM card is there. So even with not really the need to, especially for some cases, for example, which is challenging all over the world. If somebody called for an emergency response, for example, 999, then we lost the connection with the caller. So this is an important use case where, how can the authorized emergency services firms and the government can optimize reaching to that person where, partial of the seconds, few seconds, really make a big difference between, the life and death. Your name and...
Yes. Hi, my name is Mohammed Deban, civil engineering. My question is, can I send the location from your application, which is in Nav, to another users, and he can open it using Google Map and vice versa?
Again, the question, please.
Can I open location from Google Map in your applications and vice versa?
Yes, the question is how can we use Google Maps embedded with the indoor location solutions like what we have in Nav? Actually, Nav is already embedded with Google Maps. Google Maps is embedded in Nav. So we are using the APIs available from Google Maps. We're outdoor, as you saw here. And I think I have an example of one of the indoor. I have one example of using this. Dr. Hamid, if you can just run one of the videos. So outdoors using Google Maps, and indoor being transferred to InNav, either as a route if you are using without positioning, so you will see the route. Or if you are deploying certain type of positioning technology, you will get the real-time blue dot and voice guidance.
Which file you want this is the folder.
InNav demo. Try to this one. Yeah, this one. InNav, this one. This one, no, this one.
This one.
Yeah.
InNav is the innovative mobile app.
Not this one.
Not this one?
Yeah, but it's okay. But I think it's clear. Maybe it is available. We'll make it available later, inshallah, an example of how you route. Now, if you download the application and select Abu Dhabi campus auditorium and say go to, you will see that you are being directed from your current GPS location, and then you will get the route using outdoor to the nearest entrance. See, I have this in now. And then you have the venue, Abu Dhabi University. And the same, you go to the map. Okay, select, for example, the auditorium. Okay, so just zoom in and select the icon. And this example also showing some items inside, just for sake of example. If I say go to, see what happened? It picked up the current GPS positioning, get you the route, and you just click here, and you will get 2 networks. Okay, outdoor and network. And what is the anchor point? It's the address number in that entrance, and you will see now the location inside. So if you are to the 4th floor, you will be driven to the link. Could be stairs, could be elevator. And then with this one, as you can see, with this one here, you can see, you can zoom in and zoom out. And then you can rotate, and you see the building in 3D map. You can just move it forward.
Can you use this phone? Can you use this phone?
Yeah, we can use this one. There is an example here of showing the application. And you can see that those are being private venues. Public venues, you can make them private to just have your. So if we use, for example, this venue, demo venue, then we can see the map inside, and you can see that the map is being rendered with 3D, and every facility has a logo. And inside we can also geocode items, like here you see this one here. So this is an example, just demonstration that a shopping mall has a shop, and this shop has product inside, and those products has been geocoded. So if we say go to, it picks up our outdoor positioning. We are here in Al Ain, in Abu Dhabi University in Al Ain. We click this arrow in the left bottom corner. We get the outdoor to indoor routing to the nearest entrance, and that's good. That's important, because if we are in Delma Mall and we want to go to, for example, Jarir library or store, no need to go to center point, and sometimes there are hundreds of meters to walk through. And here, if you see, you zoom in, zoom out, then if you click the arrow in the left bottom corner, you get this option to go from outdoor network to the indoor network. And then you see this from the entrance inside. So what is the proximity is if in this door we put a beacon, a Bluetooth beacon like this one, and we configure in the system a certain message, then that will be a location-aware messaging. So NNAV is providing mainly 2 main functions: a wayfinding to a facility or equipment inside, and the location-aware messaging. You know, the present detection of the people. If you have the positioning, you also enjoy the voice guidance, and then you know your friend exactly with his permission, and then you also see your child, and then you get the analytics from. And if you see here, if you go to the main menu of the app, you will see there are options. If you are signed in with username, you can say, where is my friend, where is my car, where is my child. You get the messaging that you have here, and then you can say, by the way, there is a wonderful, if we have many shops in the city have registered, you can search here. If you see the main search, you can search for a product. See this here, navigate, but the search can allow you to search to a product or to a facility. And the navigation option that we have can allow you to have different options of navigation. So you can navigate from, if you want to navigate from many options, outdoor or outdoor to indoor, or a certain location to indoor, outdoor to outdoor, or you want to go from indoor to indoor. There are many options. Okay. Are there any questions from outside? Dr. Hamid?
Not many questions.
All right.
One question, engineer.
Yes, please. One second.
Thanks. One question, engineer. It's regarding the navigation. I believe that it's giving more accurate navigation. But for the building management, since each users they are carrying more than one device, maybe 1, 2, 3. How accurate the software will give you? For example, like a heat map in a particular location. Example in cafeteria. I'm checking for how many users are present, and it's giving you a number, let's say 50. But that not necessarily to be correct, because if I carry 2 devices and there are 25 users there, actually the number of count is 25. What do you think on this? Is it a limitation, or it can be overcome with the evolution of the 5G technology? What do you think on this?
The question is, how accurate is the calculation of the people attending and the heat maps if a person carries more than one mobile device, which is normal. My suggestion or my expectation that we will more, if we have 3 or 4, if we have 2 mobile devices, most likely we will download in one. That's one option. If there are many, so we can accept a certain margin of deviation. But for the venue owner, as a shopping mall or a hospital, they need a rough general understanding of the behavior of the people moving. Are they coming in the weekend? Are they coming morning time? Are they in the food court most of the time? This will help them even to manage broadcasting, the advertisement, and also the rentals of the places.
Okay, I have a question. I'm thinking of the next step. Yeah, remember we have done in the past few next steps and was very successful. One of it, we had a group of students to work on actual application. So they created, for example, for their campus, they created indoor navigation. So the critical places, you want to go to the library, you are a new student, you can easily through the app, you will find your way or find a book on the shelf and details like that. So we'd like to move into similar steps, plus maybe you can look at more in terms of adding new advancement or improvement into the app, and new use cases as you like to call them. So are you ready for the next step? Thank you.
Yes, we are ready and we are delighted, and we are really looking forward to really work together and come up with new product, new solutions, and to expedite the usage of such wonderful effort being done to realize it. Maybe the practical suggestion or recommendation is to use this campus or the new campus that to be built and deploy the location-based solutions, building up on whatever platform available, and our platform is available to be used because we know it, we can customize it, it is UAE made, innovative, and then the student can build up their research, their projects, aiming to end up with the products, with the solutions, with different type of use cases. And it will run through a lot of research and development activities. The first one is to assess and compare what are the available positioning technologies and what are the pros and cons and what are options to suit every single use case, and looking at the cost effective and the fit with the need. The second one is we need immediately to work with the partners like DU and Etisalat and look at what are the options of 5G. Once it is universal GPS becoming ready, we are ready from the other component, the business requirement, the functions, the use case, the users at the end. It's not only always the owning the best technology, hardware, software, and applications and data is the ultimate, is the objective. Those are tools. The main objective is the return of investment, the added value to the customer. Are the organization ready? Are the users ready? Is this car, wonderful car, in the garage going to be used? So I think to look at the use cases, I would suggest we have to look at 4 main criteria. The first one, when we select the use case, we consider the impact. You know, when we talk about safety, like fire detection or emergency, the impact is huge. When we look at user experience with a high economical value with visitors in shopping centers, airports, hospitals, impact is huge. So once we look at the impact, we look at the technology readiness. Is the technology ready to be that solution, and when it will be ready? Like we are talking about 5G. So we have to consider. The third factor is, once we have this solution is ready, can we scale up? Can we monetize it? Can we sell it out? Can we market it out? So it is the matter of, you know, the scaling up and the growth. And one more important for October, are the organizations and the users ready? So we have to look at the readiness of the people who will work, the users who will work, how we can engage the users. It's not only to think to engage the users when the product is out, but from day one. I will suggest also we consider extremely important use case with very high impact. You remember the VIP? We talked about the VIP? People of inspiration, the visually impaired people. Why not to embark on a mission here to develop a wayfinding tool with their protection, with messaging, to add value to such wonderful and important group of people. So it is a matter of a research and development, being an assignment, being a graduation project, could be a thesis, Dr. Hamid, could be also a PhD program, but we have to always think of what is the, how percentage we will contribute to our national GDP as part of the knowledge-based and innovation-based technology economy. I promised that it will be entertaining, okay, and I think it was entertaining. I enjoyed actually, and I learned a lot from today's discussion. And as I told you, this is only a kickoff. Okay, I think today we're talking about a scope of a wide program and many use cases, and together we'll be stronger, and together, inshallah, we'll be more effective. And you saw those UAE made product, they started from idea. How many people here we have? Today 20, and how many outside? We have as many UAE promising products as the ideas that we have, and I'm sure, inshallah, we will make it happen. Mr. Hamid, you have the last one. Again, one final word, Dr. Hamid. Yeah. The most important factor is you. It's not the technology, it is not we, seniors, it is you. You are very important. It's not my saying, you saw. Our leaders, they say, you are the real wealth. Okay, and on you, we count. عليكم نراهن, صح? On you, we will be competitive. So you are very important. You are the dream of us, of your families, of the nation, of the humanity. There is one only challenge. You know what is it? You know that you are important, but your importance is more than what you think. Watch out.
Thank you, Engineer Mustafa. On behalf of Abu Dhabi University, I would like to thank you for your presentation, your commitment, and I'm 100% sure that you will do whatever you can to help the student get into this. We're also working on something related to augmented reality, and I think the two together can make a really interesting solution.
We demonstrated the example of virtual reality.
Yeah,
but it can easily,
we can map easily. So thank you, and you have just a small certificate and recognition for your great work.
Thank you.
And presentation. You will get the professional camera now.
By the way, this is one of the best days of my life. I'm really pleased to be with you. Thank you very much, Mr. Hamid. We are teaming up together. We will make it happen, inshallah. I like your answer when you said, we innovate to add value to humanity. And I think you answered on behalf of all of the team here.
Yeah, I think the next step you need to think about it, look at the options, and if you are interested to move to the next level, we can create a group. Maybe you can have some faculty. Dr. Abdul Karim is here, and student, and then we do the next.
And please feel free to contact me anytime. We can easily form a small WhatsApp group. So WhatsApp is a wonderful, innovative tool now, makes our life easy. So I know also we can discuss, we can move forward.
Sure. Absolutely. I appreciate it. Thank you.